All right, let's continue with our compulsory aspect of the Wassce 2025 elective mathematics questions. We are continuing with question 3. So let's see, and this is from the topic permutation and combination. Permutation, arrangement, combination, which means selection or choosing. Very simple topics. Alright, so let's see, given that n plus 1 combination 4 minus n minus 1 combination 4 plus 6 equals 4n. Find the value of n. So now, in general, we have to note that, let me clean my line so that I'll get more space to solve this. In general, you can see that n combination r is equal to n factorial all over r factorial n minus r all factorial. So we have to note this formula, which means n objects or n different objects choosing r at a time is n factorial over r factorial n minus r all factorial. So if we have n plus 1 combination 4, so let's see n plus 1 combination 4, our n plus 1 is n. So we just write n plus 1 all factorial all over, our r is the 4, so 4 factorial. Our n again is the n plus 1 minus r is 4 all factorial minus, we come to n minus 1. N minus 1 is n minus 1 all factorial all over, r is 4, so 4 factorial. Our n is n minus 1, then minus 4 all factorial. So we have this plus 6 equals 4n. So now this is what we have. Okay, so let's see, n plus 1 all factorial all over 4 factorial. Then we expand, we get n minus 3 all factorial. Then minus, here we have n minus 1 all factorial all over 4 factorial. Here we get n minus 5 all factorial, which is n minus 1 minus 4, which is negative 5 plus 6 equals 4n. So we have this. Now, we can expand n plus 1. So we keep this, so we expand n plus 1, which will get n plus 1 times n minus 1, n minus 2, then n minus 3 all factorial all over 4 factorial times we have n minus 3 all factorial. In fact, 4 factorial will give us 24 minus, here we expand, we keep this, we expand, n minus 1 times n minus 2 times n minus 3 times n minus 4 times n minus 5 all factorial all over, still 24 times n minus 5 all factorial. Let's see, equals 4n minus 6. So I've sent the positive 6 there. Now this one cancels, then this one too cancels. So we get n plus 1 times n minus 1 times n minus 2 all over 24 minus n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, n minus 4 all over 24 is equal to 4n minus 6. So this is what we have. So we are still proceeding. Now let's see something here. We have n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 1, n minus 2. So we can factorize it out. Then we factorize 24 2 out. So we have n minus 1 times n minus 2 out all over 24. Then we use our big brackets, which will have n plus 1, then times n, then minus So it's n minus 1, n minus 2. So we have n minus 3, then n minus 4 in here is equal to, let's see, 4n minus 6. Alright. So when we multiply, we still get that. Still get that when you multiply, you still get that. Then all over 24, you still get that. Now let's open here. So we get, when we open, we get, it's just n squared plus n minus, open bracket, this one will give me n squared minus 4n, then minus 3n plus 12. Then here is n minus 1 times n minus 2 all over 24. All over 24 is equal to 4n minus 6. So now we open and we see what is going on. So let's see, we have n squared plus n minus n squared plus 4n plus 3n minus 12. Then here is n minus 1 times n minus 2 all over 24 is equal to 4n minus 6. Now this guy cancels that. Now this one is positive n, positive 4n, right? Which is, this one will give us 7n, and this one will give us 8n. 8n minus what? 12. So we have 8n minus 12. Then here is n minus 1, n minus 2. All over, let's see, 24 is equal to 4n minus what? 6. So this is what we have. So let me clean the top, then we can. Okay. So what do we do now? Now we can factorize 4 out here. We can factorize 4. We can factorize 4. So I have n minus 1 times n minus 2. Then we factorize 4 here. So 4 out, we get 2n minus 3 out of 24 is equal to, here we can factorize 2 out. So 2 out, we have 2n minus 3. Now 4 here, 1 into 24 is 6. 4, 6, 24. So we get n minus 1 times n minus 2 times 2n minus 3 all over 6 is equal to 2 times 2n minus 3. Now this is out of 1. We can cross multiply here. So the whole of expression times 1 is the same thing as that. So we have this 2n minus 3 is equal to 6 times 2 is just 12, and 2n minus 3. Now this can cancel that, so we can divide. We can divide 2n minus 3, then here 2n minus 3 is equal to 12 times 2n minus 3 all over 2n minus 3. So this one cancels, this one cancels. So we have n minus 1, n minus 2 is equal to 12. So we have this. So now n times n is n squared, n times this minus 2n, then here minus n, then this one is plus 2 equals 12. So n squared minus 2n, then minus n, then plus 2. So we have n squared minus 3n plus 2 minus 12 equals 0. N squared minus 3n minus 10 equals 0. So now that's quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. So we want to solve the quadratic equation. So now negative 10 times 1 is negative 10. We just look for the factors of negative 10 that when we add or subtract, we get negative 3. So let's say 2, 5, 10, right? So 2 and 5. When we negate 5, then we drop positive for 2, we will get negative 3. So we need n squared minus 5n plus 2n minus 10 is equal to 0. Negative 5n plus 2n is just negative 3n. We introduce bracket for this. So we factorize n out, n minus 5 plus 2 out, n minus 5 equals 0. Now, let's see for this. We factorize n minus 5 out, so we have what? N plus 2 equals 0. Using the now property, n minus 5 is equal to 0. N minus 5 equals 0. N plus 2 equals 0. So n is just equal to 5. N equals what? Negative 2. Now, our n can never be equal to what? Negative 2. Our n can never be equal to negative 2. So we just take n to be equal to positive 5. So n cannot be what? Negative. So therefore, n is equal to what? 5. So that's that. If you don't understand, please play back the video for better understanding. See you in our next video for question 4. Have a good night. Bye bye.